James, you require 25.
Either could push the button, but Hull can
James on
find
the second
double eight.
leg,
It's a
James
2-0 lead
roll.
in 30 darts.
Yeah, this is the sort of kind of level of play I expected from James coming
Third
into
leg,
this.
James Tooth.
Not going to go the distance. Record territory.
97.
Well, if Moreno wins
require
this leg
139.
on the 139, then we'd be one maximum away from the record, but he's not going to take it out, and Hull's going to come back for double 12 to
59. James,
close
you
out
require
what has been
24.
a nigh on immaculate opening performance. Double 6.
Game
And the
shot
Hillbilly
and
has
a match,
laid down a
James Hurl.
significant marker at the beginning of day 3 here at the Super Series. An average in the end of 101.2, 5 maximums in there, 4 out of 10 on the finishing. That was proper from James Hurl, that is for sure. Moreno Mikel's average of 89.5, and there wasn't really much he could have done by way of response.
You can turn down playing in the PDC Worlds, but who knows what he will do? What can Tilla do? He's only hit
James on the
tops for a
third leg,
160 and 3-0.
Middleton.
Wowzers. What a start to the day we are having.
You require 39.
To pull another one back. 33 left.
He's missed the 17 for double 8.
Well, he didn't have a clue where he wanted to go. Didn't have a clue where he
27.
wanted to throw. And it could well ultimately end up
require
costing
7.
him the match, although Cantler is back on 7. Oh my!
No score.
And now it's his turn to go the wrong side. So
requires
for the Finn
16.
to finish it off. Double 4.
Game shot.
And Marco
the
Cantler
match,
gets
Marco
over the line,
Cantler.
getting the better of Adam Lipscomb by 4 legs to 2, moving him on to 10 points in Group A. Doing himself an 81 average, 4 out of 11 on the doubles, the 160 checkout being the highlight. Cantler beating Lipscomb 4-2. Next up, it's the league leader, John Henderson, against Fallon Sherrick.
And of course, the fans play a massive part in
John, you
making
require
these
60.
events not just great for the players, but also great for the viewers. So we do appreciate
Game
their
shot on the third
support.
leg, John Henderson.
Well, this one has really gone off the boil, hasn't it?
Well, it promised so much at the start, and now
Fourth
it's
leg,
just
John
kind of
to
petered
throw
off
first.
somewhat.
Game on. Fallon, you require 48.
To condemn John Henderson to just a second defeat in Group A.
16. John, you require 40.
Heard the click, and I was almost certain
Game
that she
John
was
the
going to
sixth
find the
leg,
double,
John
but
Henderson.
and
$100. John, you require 56.
This to put him on the brink. Tops for Henderson,
Game
who's
shot
a step
and the
away
match,
now from
John
Saturday night's
Henderson.
final. A 4-3 victory against the Queen of the Palace. Fallon Sherrick for John Henderson means that he may well be qualifying in around about half an hour's time.
You require 78.
And it's going to be a dart. A double top
Game shot on the
for
third leg,
3-0
Moreno
lead.
Mikel.
And it's looking rather routine for Moreno Mikel in this one.
sensibly went for 48 for double 8.
52.
Leaves 32 on his return. Good performance, this, Henry.
Been very solid. The average ticks above 91. He's 3 out of 5 when it comes
59.
to the finishing.
Moreno, you require
This
32.
for a comprehensive victory.
Game
And
shot
then
and
some
the match,
real
Moreno
positive
Mikel.
signs for Moreno Mikel on Wednesday here at the Super Series. Back-to-back averages of 89, this time in a 4-0 victory. 4 out of 7 when it comes to the doubling as well. As for Adam Lipscomb, well, it never quite got going for him in this one. Coming up after the break, John Henderson can rubber stamp his place into Saturday night's final if he can get the better of James Hubble.
You require 49.
For the break of throw and a 2-0 lead, and to put him halfway towards qualification, it's going to be 2 at tops.
Game
He only needs a 1.
John
Smack bang,
Henderson.
centre of the target. Henderson leads 2-0.
Game
But that's one back.
James Hurl.
And Henderson has the darts now to complete the job. And he is left tops after 12 to get it done.
The average just shy of 96.
140.
Rock solid,
You
Henry.
require 40.
The Highlander has been the highlight player in Group A. And we are going to have another
John
big
Henderson.
Hendo Weekendo in Portsmouth on a weekend where there's going to be a festival of music. The Festival of Darts is going to see John Henderson as one of the main acts.
Fallon, you require
And just as we were
11.
saying, the game was just simmering down somewhat. Sherrick has just began to
No
find a
score.
level, but then misses the big number
Marco, you
after
require
what was previously
145.
one of 7 perfect darts.
Yeah, 140, 180, 170. Was identical to my first slag in the final of the Scottish Open against Colin Monk.
Game on the third leg, Marco Cantella.
Oh, where on earth does he produce that one from?
For 190.
Who's already taken out a 145 and is word perfect on the doubling. As 119 to edge back in front. And he's going to get a go.
Game
And
on the
he's
fifth leg,
once again
Marco
taken out a
Cantella.
ton topper in a leg that it looked as if he was out of.
Game
And
shot,
Fallon Sherrick
and the match,
moves
Fallon
herself
Sherrick.
on to 12 points and moves herself into a position of authority in terms of the rates of Group B darts. She gets the better of Marco Cantella by 4 legs to 3. 3 maximums in there, including a world time one in the deciding leg.
Alive and well. Expect to... Actually, as we come off air, I walked away and I said to Abby, watch Moreno win 4-0.
98. Moreno requires 60.
Well, he could well be halfway towards doing the job, averaging over 104.5. And now looking at tops to double his lead.
Game shot
And
on the
that's
second leg,
exactly what he
Moreno
does.
Mikel.
And it seems as if Moreno Michels leaves his best stuff for John Henderson. Death, taxes, and a Hendo Max.
180. Require 157.
So 6 if needed. There's the 60. There's the 57 once tops. Oh, you
Game
beauty.
shot on the third leg, John Henderson.
That's what Hendo does when he's 2-0 down. Doesn't press the panic button.
He
And
requires
so Michels is
52.
back for the match, winning 52. It's going to be tops. And it's
Game
going to be a
shot,
second
and the
win
match,
for Moreno
Mikel.
Michels against John Henderson. He's the only player, seemingly, who can get the better of the Highlander this week. That's 2 wins and 3 against the Scot.
Last start to
120.
leave double 8. There's the treble. There's the single. How much of the double can he see?
Game
Enough.
shot on the first leg, Adam Lipscomb.
Break a throw and a 3-2 lead.
No score.
Wow. How has that not gone in?
Adam, you require 40. Game shot on the fifth leg, Adam Lipscomb.
That finds its way in, and Lipscomb 3-2 up.
And you require
We
47.
nearly found a way of getting away with it. It's going to be 2 in hand at double 16.
15.
Isn't
Adam, you
converted.
require 25.
And Lipscomb comes back. Looking for double 4
Game,
to get the
shot,
job done and to
match,
win leg
Adam
4 and to get the
Lipscomb.
better of Fallon Sherrock by 4 legs to 2. It moves him on to 8 points in the group. As to Fallon Sherrock, she stays on 12 and in 4th position in the group. Well, 2 from 10 on the doubles was the undoing for Sherrock. And
Yeah, it certainly looks a little bit tidier in here on a Monday morning before we start.
by Saturday,
Tis recycled paper, I must hasten to add.
by the time we get to Saturday, it's like a treasure trove, isn't
140.
it?
Marco require 118.
Varying cough sweets and... Well, you've been down to that retro Swedish shop, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Is it going to be a case of, oh, yeah, for Marco? Oh,
Game,
yeah!
double leg,
118.
Marco
She's got
Cantillon.
Howell's number. It's 3-0. ABC. It's as
Game,
easy
shot,
as 1,
and
2,
a
3
match,
to get the
Marco
win
Cantillon.
for Marco Cantillon. 4 out of 4 on the doubles, 2 ton plus checkouts. They get the better of James Howell to 0, and it puts him into 3rd spot in the group.
John require 41.
For the break. Just about squeezes in the 1, but there was no
Game,
problem with the tops.
John Henderson.
And Henderson has a 2-0 lead. Now, Kylie tends to do Glastonbury, don't she? I'll tell you what was a really good year was when they had Lillian Gallagher as headline act. Oh my.
171.
Oh my. 171 to leave double 1. I was going to say, I wouldn't recommend you hitting 3
140.
trebles there, John.
Adam, you require 2.
Well, this has turned a bit bizarre.
Game,
But
double
Lipscomb
leg,
gets the
Adam
job done.
Lipscomb.
14 darter, despite 2 dart attempts at double 1.
Hadn't hit a double previously.
Well, this is to finish the match. Double
Game, shot,
16
and the match,
for a 92
John
finish for
Henderson.
John Henderson to end of a 94 average. Well, Henderson is just continuing to go through the gears. He beat Adam Lipscomb by 4 legs to 1. Coming up after the break, it is Marco Cantillon against Marina Michaels.
Marino, you require 40.
Double 10 tops has not been kind to him
Game,
so
shot the
far,
leg,
but double
Marino
10 is a better
Michaels.
friend as he gets the double break and opens up a 3-0 lead. Recovery from the bats at
Marino, you
first start there
require
for Marco.
104.
But this for the match.
Big surprise today after...
Game,
Well, he
shot,
finds the
and
tops.
match,
The combination
Marino
finishing
Michaels.
again from Marino. Absolutely top quality. 4 out of 11 on the doubles. A high finish of 104.
As Sherrock looks for this 152, another one of them. Double 16. Oh, that's
Game, shot,
magnificent from
Fallon
Fallon Sherrock to level up at 1 apiece.
You
The
require
Scott
11.
Mitchell mural. Double 4.
Game, shot,
3-2.
flag,
That's an
Fallon
11
Sherrock.
dart leg from Fallon Sherrock. Finished off with an 11 finish.
Yeah, again. Oh, James has to be careful. Oh, he can just attack. And does.
190.
What a time to find your first max in the match.
And it may well have just forced the issue of Fallon Sherrock, who can't find the 144, but will do the next best job in terms of setting up. And so this 85 for James Howell has to go. And it's only going to be the solitary dart at the bullseye
Game,
to win
shot,
it for
and
the
match,
Hillbilly.
James Hurley.
James Howell gets the better of Fallon Sherrock by 4 legs to 3, and it is he who is in control of that final Group B spot. So 32 after 12 for Henderson to double his lead to 2-0, and that was a good week as well.
Yes, it was.
140.
Venig, Reed, Sedlak, Duff and
32.
Gilliland in that group.
Game, shot the second leg,
2-0,
John
13
Henderson.
darter, and Henderson is just going about his work beautifully. This to get the job done. 81 left. 24 left.
89.
Inside it goes, and this to send us
Marco
all the way
Uruguay,
to
40.
a last leg decider. One more in hand.
No score.
Doesn't go.
Uruguay, 12.
Surprisingly. Double three, bottom of the board. No
Game
mistake
shot.
at all
And the match,
for John Henderson as he ends his day on a high. He's played 15 matches, winning the 13, ends on 26 points, plus 28 on the leg difference.
Game shot.
In it goes, 1-1.
Lipscomb.
To put himself 3-2 in front.
Game
Double
shot on the
16
fifth
is
leg,
found for Adam Lipscomb. And just that little bit of an outstretch of emotion there from baby boy.
James require 160.
Still permutations that would see him through if Marino defeats Fallon.
Game shot on the sixth leg, James Hurl.
And that is some way to keep you in the contest. A 160 checkout. Single. Oh, no. Well, wasn't even as if it was a miss to the single one. It was a miss to the double, and then he's missed a single number second time.
76.
And now it's Lipscomb's turn to miss the big number. Double 12.
52.
And he's wired it.
James require 57.
And Hummel here, who should have had a dart in the previous turn, is going to have to spurn one here. Oh, my goodness. That is 3 in a row. He's found the 14 eventually. And now it's one at tops. You can see the nerves seeping from his face.
17.
And the chance has come and gone. That one's on the wire. That's a really nice guide. Can he use it? No is the answer. Lipscomb's missed 3 more for the match.
James require
Hummel comes
40.
back. He shakes his head. And heads for double 10.
20.
But he still can't complete the job.
Adam require 24.
It goes on.
Game shot and the match.
But not for any
Adam
longer,
Lipscomb.
because Adam Lipscomb has beaten James Howell by 4 legs to 3. The Hillbilly, who had chance after chance, opportunity after opportunity to secure and cement his Group B place, loses out in the end to Adam Lipscomb in a last leg decider.
Game
And a
shot
3-0
on the
lead
third
it
leg,
is.
Marino Michels.
And Fallon Sherrock is now in a position where it looks like she is
Fourth leg Fallon to throw
looking
first.
at the
Game
Group
on.
C trapdoor. Sets him up handily. 52 after 15 to complete a 4-1 success.
58. Marino require 52.
To send James Howell into Group B alongside him.
Game
Moreno
shot
Michels
and the
gets the
match,
better
Marino
of
Michels.
Fallon Sherrock, and it's going to be him and James Howell who will contest Group B. Fallon Sherrock is going to be a Thursday and Friday afternoon session for her.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed, Henry. Not for the first time, Fallon Sherrock really fading away at the back end of the day there.
Yeah, seems to be a bit of a theme, doesn't it? And the 2 that traded places today was the 2 that met in the final match of the session. And yeah, a disappointing session today for Fallon. It just wasn't quite there for her.
Yeah, confirmation of the results that we've seen today then. Fallon Sherrock just getting the 1 victory in this afternoon's session, that coming over Cantaloupe. But for Moreno Michels, 4 wins from 5. A really impressive day's play and some quite convincing victories as well. You can see there a victory over Adam Lipscomb, 4-0 in that one. John Henderson, though, again, the standout player. It did look like that could have been James Hurrell, though, didn't it, after his first performance, averaging 101 against Moreno Michels, the only game that Michels lost.
Yeah, well, right at the top of the show, we discussed Moreno. I wasn't sure he was going to be able to win 4 out of 5, and And then when we spoke after match 6 and we were reflecting on that impressive performance from Horrell, I was even more convinced he was going to be the one to go through with Fallon. But credit to Moreno, we said he's got game and he plays at a very steady level. He's pretty one-paced, but he can maintain that level and can hit a 180. His combination finishing is good, and yeah, for me, the right man that went through.
Yeah, and John Henderson, of course, top in the group quite comfortably in the end. Didn't really get too troubled, did he, at any point? You can see the leg difference there as well. It was quite clear yesterday that he was going to be the man that qualified for finals night. How much of a threat is he going to be on Saturday?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, he's massively experienced, isn't he? He's won a World Cup. He's won, he's won big titles all over the world. So, yeah, he's certainly one of the favourites, and one of the favourites for a reason. And what we seen yesterday was when he was sort of asked the question and went through the gears, his top game is there, which that will put him in good stead for Saturday night. Any
aspects of his game you think he'll want to improve before Saturday?
No, I think he's a very reactive player. I think he just sort of plays what's in front of him, and every now and again when he sort of does go through the gears, he can hold it throughout the entirety of a match. I mean, there's a lovely sequence of play here, from 2-0 down, bangs in the max, and then takes out the 157 really cleanly.
Yeah, we've seen some really good finishing over the course of today's play, haven't we?
Well, especially when you think on Monday, we only had 5 ton-plus finishes. We had 8 more yesterday, and they've been going in all day today.
Yeah, Cantala took out 5 on his own today.
Yeah, he took out one. Well, we had 2 160s as well, didn't we? Yeah, I mean, it could boil up to be a fabulous Saturday night, because both Group B and both Group C are really tough.
Yeah, let's have a look then at the draw bracket for the remainder of the week. Group C, of course, will get underway tomorrow afternoon, and that is where we will see Fallon Sherrock, Adam Lipscomb and Marco Cantala. They are joined by Darren Johnson, who, of course, was the runner-up at the Swedish Open and made the quarterfinal of the Swedish Masters at the weekend. He is going to be a significant threat coming into that group, isn't he?
Yeah, certainly is. And it's how Scott Bakers deals with a slightly slower pace, because he's super quick, as we know. And there's not too many quick players in that group. So it's all about how Baker manages the pace of the matches. But for me, he's favourite to win Group C.
Fallon Sherrock, she started the week really strongly. It's almost quite easy to forget, isn't it, that she averaged 105.5 in her opening game of this week's campaign, put a real marker down. Do you think she'll have a bit of trouble coming through that group, though?
I think she will. I think she will. I really hope that she was going to build off that super performance. I mean, we keep seeing flashes from her. Some great finishes. She had a lovely 152, and then just seems to go flat again. I'm not sure whether it's a physical thing or a psychological thing with her right now, or it's just a lack of match time. But yeah, she's gonna have to be more consistent. We know she's got a high level, but her problem is the other end of the range. You're just not going to win matches here. Well, you will, but not too often with sort of mid-70s.
Absolutely. To see then whether she will be able to maintain a consistent level in Group C, make sure you come and join us from 1 p.m. tomorrow. But today, it was all about John Henderson. The Highlander has become the first player to book his spot at Saturday's finals night. Come and join us tomorrow afternoon. The action gets underway from 1 p.m.